Good morning, folks, and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright, and today is our workout session. We have with us Jerri Haslem. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP is empowering people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization with more than 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate on their behalf, all of them without regard to politics. When the pandemic started, AARP Alabama made a conscious decision to move our healthy living program online because we want to give people a chance to stay involved, stay safe, and stay fit. And one of the great things we were able to do was engage trainers for our mindful movement event. And today we have the health educator, Jerri Haslem. Good morning, Jerri. How you doing?
I'm great. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. So what are we going to be working on this morning?
Tawana, I've got a surprise for you today.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We're always thinking about movement. So this is what I want you to think about. Your kitchen. Just think about your kitchen, because a lot of times we have things in our home that will help us move and stay moving. And we're thinking we have to go buy X, Y, and Z. Truth is, you may have it in your home. Just open up your cabinets.
All right. So what are we going to be working out with today?
We're going to do strength training today, but we're not going to do it traditionally with weights that we have to go buy. And because of the pandemic, a lot of places literally sold out of weights. So I'm a big fan of what do you have at your fingertips? A water bottle, a canned good, opening up that pantry, opening up and seeing what you have and utilizing that and not having to buy anything.
Well, that sounds great. Folks, we want to remind you, before you begin any exercise routine, you need to consult with your physician and make sure that you're not going to injure yourself. So, Jerri, I'm going to step out of the way and let you take us through our routine.
I thank you so much. Thank you, Tawana. Good morning, everyone. I am so glad that you joined me this morning. I'm Jerri, and if this is your first time, I require one thing of you, and that's just a smile. That's the only thing that I require. I ask that you do things at your own pace. Sometimes our range of motion can be different. So I'm always going to show you, tell you, and give you a modification to make sure it's going to work for you. And with that said, today, we're all about strength, weight training. And you're probably thinking, oh, I don't want to buy that, or maybe you have that. So if you've got weights, great. If you don't, I say make your own. And with that, I'm going to grab these 2 water bottles that I have. And the great thing about this is, even if all the water is gone, I can just put these to the side and fill them up with water to utilize when I work out again. So again, thinking about these water bottles as my weights. These are the things that we will utilize today. And I've got canned goods. I've got another bottle. So let's get started. Everything that we do, if you have weights or if you don't have weights, that is fine. Okay. So we've got our 2 water bottles here. What I'm simply going to do is just let them be right here by my side, feeling comfortable with my balance. And I'm simply going to raise, alternating each arm at a time. I'm not going to raise that arm too high to irritate. And again, depending on your range of motion, I want you to feel comfortable. So I'm just going to raise it up. I'm not going to get it too high. I don't want it up here. I'm not pinching my shoulders. I'm simply raising my arms. And if you don't have weights, guess what? That is fine. So often, isometric exercising, working your body against your body and not having anything, but we're simply raising these up with these lateral raises right here, using this water bottle as my weight. I want it to be smooth. I want that smile. And you're just going to just simply lifting, alternating. You may think, well, gosh, that's easy enough. So let's go a little bit faster. How about that? We can always change the speed, and we can always change the rhythm to work our body differently. When I do this, when I'm lifting these arms, I'm actually just kind of squeezing those shoulder blades, actually pulling them down a little bit, giving myself a little bit resistance. So I'm lifting these arms, And what we could do, we could change the speed so I could go halfway, all the way, halfway and down, halfway up, halfway down. So changing the rhythm. There are so many things that you can do to get that body to react. Okay? So again, these are our weights, our water bottles. Yes, doesn't matter what, you got an empty bottle, fill it up, make it your own. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to do 4 more. We've got 3, 2, and 1 more right here. 1 more. Now, if you did that with me, or if you just looked, fine. But understanding that will warm your body up. That will get you to moving. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually put a bottle down, just put it on the floor right here. And I'm actually going to just use 1 water bottle right here. And what I want you to think of is, this is a move that we do all the time, and let me remind you of it. When we put on our seatbelt, our safety belt. Sometimes I've seen people do it. I've done it too. You're just reaching and turning. I want you to make it intentional, okay? So you're going to take that water bottle up, and you're just going to cross it over to your hip. So it's a diagonal move when you do that. You're taking it up. Notice I'm not turning. I'm not twisting. I'm making that body work. My shoulders are relaxed. I'm going to take the bottle up and just bring it down. It's up and down. This also could be my Saturday Night Live move. Remember that movie from years ago? So I'm just taking this up and bringing it down. I want 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, understanding, sometimes you're looking for the seatbelt. Sometimes you're like, where is that? Where is that? Where is that? So just taking it up and crossing it over. Doing the exact same thing with the other arm, depending on if I'm the driver, I'm on my left side. If I'm the passenger, I'm on my right side. And a lot of times we don't even think of that, because we may drive all the time and put on our seatbelt, but when we're in someone else's vehicle, it may be awkward or uncomfortable. We're like, where is that seatbelt? So understanding both sides, let's work those. And let's also recognize that one side may be more flexible than the other side, okay? So I'm going to take this water bottle up, and I'm just going to bring it up, and I'm just bringing it over in a diagonal move, just raising it up and down, okay? Not turning with it. Notice I'm not turning. I'm staying forward facing you, okay? That bottle is up and down. I want 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you may be saying, Jerri, why are we doing that? Or maybe I've had rotator cuff surgery. I'm not comfortable doing that. Remember, your range of motion is your range of motion. But what I really want you to think about is moving, making it maybe a little uncomfortable, but never pain. So when I say raise your arm or extend your arm out or extend your arm forward, being aware of your range of motion is so important, okay? Understanding that these weights, that resistance, it helps you with your strength. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up the other water bottle, okay? And again, these are my 2 that I have for today. I hope that you go and grab some and join me. So I'm going to take these water bottles, and I'm just going to extend them out. So I'm going to take my palms, they're up, okay? And I've got, think about your elbows are into your waist. So think about this, it's almost like a tray. I'm not rolling my wrist. It's just right here is level. And I'm simply going to extend it out and bring it in. Almost as though I were rowing, and I'm just going to extend those arms out and bring it back. They're right here by my waist. They're not out. They're just extending out. There you go. Where's my smile? I always have to have that. That's the requirement. I want 8 more, okay? It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bringing it back in, just letting those arms fall. Now what I'm going to do is what You may have heard people say a hammer curl, and I'm not going to squeeze the bottle, and sometimes we hold on tight to those weights. I'm just going to use my bicep to bring it up and take it right back down. I can alternate this move. I'm squeezing the bicep, not the water bottle, okay? So you're just simply extending this arm up and taking it down. Your full range of motion is what I would like for this move. So it's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you're comfortable, I like for you to use both arms at the same time. And if not, you can continue to alternate. But let's go with 8 of these, okay? So we're simply going to bring it up and down, extending up and down. I need to do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that would be the full range of working our bicep, the front of that arm. And I know myself included, I'm like, what about the back of that arm? I don't use it as much. So that would be our tricep. And what I want to share with you with that, we're going to work that tricep. And sometimes that can be tricky because we sometimes will swing our arm. I'm going to turn to the side just to show you, okay? So what happens when I turn to the side, I've got this arm, I'm not going to swing it. I'm going to have my feet apart. I'm just going to slightly bend over, and I'm going to place one bottle on the floor. I'm going to, right here, I'm looking down. I'm not keeping my head up. And you may want to just watch me the first time. So again, we got that body and it's just in alignment. So I'm not crunched. I'm just flat down. And the arm is up. I'm not going to swing that arm. It's almost like I'm locking it into place, and I'm just going to extend it back. So that's what's going to work that tricep, extending it back. Notice I don't want this swinging. Sometimes we do this. That's not what I want. I want you to put that elbow in position. Just let it stay there. Your knees are soft, and you're just going to extend it back, working the back of that arm, that tricep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to stand up and face you. I always try to let you see what I'm doing and talk you through it, because sometimes the movement, you want to be in alignment, and I don't want you watching me or looking at the screen, if that makes sense, because then you would be out of alignment. So I'm not going to actually do it on the other side. I'm going to walk you through it. So again, you're going to turn to the opposite side, or you don't even have to turn. You just put the bottle in the other hand. And when you bend over and lean over, you're going to keep your eyes looking down. You don't want to look at that screen. You just want to look down. You got that elbow up and it's in a solid position. And then what you're going to do is just extend it back, not squeezing your shoulders. They're relaxed, because again, we're working the back of that arm, which is our tricep muscle. So when you look down, again, I'm not going to do it because I don't want you to imitate me. I want you to listen to what I'm explaining and try it. So you're looking down, that elbow is up, is locked in that position. And I'm going to ask you to give me 8 tricep kickbacks. So you're going to take it back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, we're halfway there. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you can raise up and face me. If this is your first time joining me, you may think, wow, I thought that she was going to do everything, which I can, but it's never about me. It's always about you. And what I want you to get out of this is these are things that you can do with me. These are things that you can do after this session is over. And I would love to be with you, but because I'm not, I'm trying to make sure you get the correct form. You're understanding, what are we doing? And more importantly, why are we doing this? What is that going to help, Jerri? Glad you asked. That bicep and tricep, it helps in our everyday lifting and moving. And when I say that, I'm going to grab the other water bottle. When I say lifting and moving, when we're getting up out of a chair, oh my goodness, although we can use our bottom part of our body to get up, sometimes we'll press down with those arms. So the back of the arm and the front of the arm, you want them to be in balance. So you're not constantly wanting to work one and not the other. Okay. So again, these moves help us getting out of a chair, getting out of a tub, just our everyday lifting. So understanding that bicep, that tricep, that strength is what we just worked on. Okay. I'm going to take these water bottles and I'm going to just get them out of our way. And again, if you got empty water bottles, pull them out of that recycle bin and make those your new weights. I'm going to put these to the side and I'm going to grab 2 can goods. Yep, that's what I said. These are just little small cans, but what I love about them, they fit in my hand. And I can use a regular size canned good as well. But these little small canned goods, I'm like, wow, they're perfect for my hand motion, the hand weights that I would use. And you've seen people use hand weights when they're walking. You've seen people use hand weights just in activity. Guess what? These little small canned goods, perfect for that. So with these canned goods and these hand weights, we're going to do some exercises with our wrists as well as with our arms. So right here, I've got that canned good and I'm just going to rotate that hand. And when I rotate it, it's that wrist that's doing the work. Who knew? It's a perfect fit. Exactly. I'm going to take it the other way. That hand and that wrist, so important to have that strength. Okay? Let's take the other canned good again. Fits perfectly in that hand, and we're just going to rotate it around. Just rotating it around. There you go. Now let's take it the other way. Absolutely. There we go. Where's my smile? Thank you. So these canned goods, perfect in that. I want you to think about this. We're going to make circles. We're going to use those shoulders, those arms, everything to make circles with these canned goods, okay? So when I say that, I'm going to take these arms out and I'm just going to make circles. It's almost like the canned goods are meeting each other. I don't want your arms too high. I still want to see that beautiful face and that smile. So it's not up here. We're not going that high, but we're just making small circles. Understanding this movement, so important. So we're just making circles with these. Perfect hand weights to do so. We can do a lot of movements with these. There we go. I want 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? With these, again, perfect for your activity. You can walk with them. You can march in place. If you're comfortable, you're like, you know what? I haven't used these canned goods. They've expired. No, they haven't. You can use these as your hand weights. No need to throw them out. These could just be a part of your exercise equipment. So these hand weights, perfect for that. Okay? Another thing that you can do is take a regular size canned good. I'm going to put these down. And I have that as well, okay? So with this, I can use this with both hands, okay? So right here, if I have my feet hip distance apart, I'm taking this out. Again, my abs, they're tight. I'm not holding my breath. And I'm simply just extending almost with the row. And I'm doing this with both hands on the canned good to securely hold it in my hand, okay? This could work if you were doing even abdominals. I could take this right here, canned good, take my legs out even more as if I'm sitting down and I'm pulling this up and down, working that ab is in. I'm sitting even more so. I can stand up a heavier canned good. If I wanted to go down and do what we call a deadlift, so many ways you can use this as your weight. This is your dumbbell. So my feet are apart and I just want you to hear me. And you don't have to watch me on the screen. You're simply just going to go down. You're using the back of your legs and you're reaching up. And you're squeezing, doing a deadlift, again, with the canned good, okay? No weights are required. You got them in your cabinet, okay? I'm going to place this and I'm going to get even a larger bottle. I'm giving you all of these examples because You may say, well, you know what? I don't have this, I don't have that, but giving you choices of what you can use in your home to utilize in the form of exercise. Okay. So my last piece of equipment is just a giant bottle of lemon juice. It was like, wow, this is something that we could use for a weight, for a dumbbell. Okay. So it's a little bit heavier. I think it's like maybe 20 ounces. I'm not sure. I can feel the difference. And you can as well. So if you feel like that wasn't heavy enough, or you want to go up in your weight, you can get a bigger bottle. And even if it's an empty bottle, you could refill it with water, and that could be your weight. You could utilize that for activity that you're doing in house. So again, your kitchen, it just became your exercise facility. So I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take this over my head. Wow. Yes. I'm going to take it over my head, and then I'm simply going to raise up. My shoulders are not squinching up, they're relaxed, and I'm working the back of my arms. I'm just extending this up, holding it with both hands, okay? A secure grip with that, making that comfortable when you do so, okay? So again, changing the weight up by utilizing things in your home, okay? Let's go back to my original 2 water bottles. And with this, let's go ahead and do some more arm work. I hope that you're moving. I hope so, even with that smile, okay? So with this move right here, I'm going to get into some rowing, okay? So when I say rowing, I'm simply going to extend each arm out, okay? I'm taking it out, and then I'm going to end up taking both arms out. So I'm rowing, and I've got those arms right up there. It's not too high, it's not low, but it's just going right out and bringing it back in. I'm on 12, a lot of these, rowing, working those arms and that back. Give me 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? When you utilize these weights, you would be surprised how that's going to raise that heart rate. That's going to get you moving. A lot of times we're afraid of weights, and that can be scary. It's like the first thing you don't want to do is injure yourself and hurt yourself. So again, I want you to feel comfortable. And the reality of it is, you may be more comfortable with the water bottle than a weight that you buy from your local store, because this is something that you've put your hands on and you're comfortable with it. So we can utilize these types of things to get our bodies moving. Okay, so the water bottle is perfect for that. What else could we do with this water bottle, Jerri? Well, I'm glad you asked. You can take these water bottles and you can use these as a way of making yourself a circuit. When I say a circuit, you can take a water bottle and place it in different rooms, in different areas in the room, and in each station, you could do your own workout. So you may have 6 water bottles all over, and the treat would be when you finish at the end, you grab that water bottle, and that's going to be what you refresh yourself with. But you could set these up as your stations, and at one station, maybe you're doing cardio, the other station, you're doing strength. So again, taking this and making this just an amazing workout session with items that you have in your home, okay? I have totally enjoyed it today. I'm actually sweating. I don't know if you are, but these movements will get your heart rate up. It'll get you moving. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm hoping that when Tawana was away, she had her water bottles as well, or her canned goods, or weights. What about it, Tawana?
I actually had 1 water bottle that I was working with, and I got up and ran and got a canned good so I could be taking part in exercise.
Awesome.
And folks, we want you to remember, we got a survey that we need to get filled out on the class. Give us some feedback, but also give us your questions for Jerri. We're going to show a short video of our upcoming events. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. Remember to click going if you participated today. I'm going to play the video and we'll be right back. That's great. We didn't have any questions coming in, Jerry, but we did have a couple of comments. Ann Hale popped in that the circles that you did with the canned goods were challenging. She hadn't done that before.
I'm glad, so many different things that you can do with those canned goods that you don't even think about. And that's the beauty of it, not having to buy anything, but literally you may have it right there in your kitchen.
Yeah, that's great. Then we had another comment saying that they were feeling refreshed. Jacqueline wanted you to know she's feeling refreshed and said thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad that we can look at things differently, taking a water bottle or taking a canned good and incorporating that. And again, you may be a little bit hesitant with the weight, but something that you use every day may be a more favorable equipment to use, I should say.
That's great. Well, Jerry, we got lots of comments coming in. Folks enjoyed the session today. We want you to remember that we do this every week on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Central Time. We're either doing workout sessions with Jerry or we're doing yoga sessions with Becca and Paula. But we just want you to know we're here every Tuesday. And remember to click going when you're coming to the events, and we appreciate it. Jerry, thank you for today's exercise routine. Folks, we'll see you next time on Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. Have a great day.
Thank you.